Hi traders, a very good morning. So the date today is 7th of September 2022. The time now is 10:45. So in this video traders, I'm going to talk about a different topic, you know, and this is something which is not talked about much, but whenever this kind of scenario happens, and if you are unlucky, then you may lose a major portion of your trading capital, your profits from a long time may get wiped away in a single day. So something kind of this scenario occurred to me, but luckily I got away this time. But nevertheless, I am recording this video, and in this video I will talk about this I'll talk about this problem, and I will also talk about the importance of position sizing in whenever such unexpected kind of scenario happens. So first of all, I will quickly tell the logic for my entry for today's trade. So it was a very morning trade, So this is Nifty 17,500 call 3-minute chart. So Nifty opened gap down today. It was a it was a good gap down. So and the first 3 minutes candle, if you see here, there is a very big rejection from the downside. So and in this second candle, after this first candle formed, this second candle there was Nifty tried to go down, but there was some strong buying pressure from the downside, and this wick formed, and with momentum, it was forming a very good momentum power candle, and it was on its way to test the day high, and there was very high probability that Nifty will break this high and it will go on the way to fill this gap, and there would be a very good quick spike in the upside. So this was my view, and I entered my trade at this point. I think this screenshot is just like us I think a millisecond before my entry. So the story begins from here. So I will take you to the video. So traders, I am playing the video recording. So what happened was, I entered the trade, but my order did not get fulfilled at that time, as you can see on the screen. So and it was during this time I realized that there was some issue with my broker, which is fires, and I was kind of worried that time because I had placed the order, but my order was not executed, and I was worried that if my order gets executed afterwards, so it would be a big problem. So during this time I was trying to refresh my trading terminal and see if my order was executed. So guys, the first learning is whenever this kind of scenario happens, then if you have like placed the order but it is not being shown, then it's very important to just wait, refresh, and maybe call your broker and tell them the issue, because what may happen is that you may close the terminal, and afterwards the order may get executed. And if that happens, and if and if there is if the trade goes against your position, then you'll be losing some big you will be facing with some big losses. So during this time I was worried. I was in the screen, I was refreshing, refreshing my terminal. I was trying to call my broker. And so guys, I will take you to the next part of the video now, where my order gets executed. So traders, it was during this time that my order finally got executed, and it showed on my trading terminal. But the first problem got solved, and here the second problem started. I was not able to exit. I realized that there was issue with my broker, and during this time I wouldn't like to trade, and I wanted to close my trade as soon as possible, but I was not being able to close. So I was trying to connect with my broker. I was on the phone that time, and one hand was on the screen. I was trying to close, but but in vain. I was trying in vain. I had faced up with a similar scenario 1 year back. That time I was using Zerodha, and and I had this issue for about 1 hour. 1 hour I wasn't able to exit from my trade, and I faced some big loss that day. due to some issue from my broker, and I was hoping that I may not have to face similar scenario. So I was trying again and again, and finally after some time, I was my order finally got closed. You might be, yeah, in the screen you can see my position was closed. So thankfully, you know I luckily my trade got closed in green, and I got saved, because if during this time, if the market had reversed, and if it had shown some free fall, then I would have facing some big, yeah. So traders, like, if something like this may have happened to anyone anytime. So yeah, trading is a risky profession. There are many risks, but like this kind of risk where you are in no fault of your own, but due to some other issues like fault from your broker, you may have to face big losses. So if you are trading, if you have decided to become a trader, or if you are trading for part time, it's very important that you know all the risks. you know so if something like this happens, then nothing can be done. So the only thing that we can do is prepare in advance. But how do we prepare? We prepare in advance by reducing our position sizes. So with my trading capital, I can easily trade with, if I'm trading Nifty, I can easily trade with 500,000 quantity. But I don't. I try to keep my position sizing very low. The first thing that what trading with low sizing does is that it reduces your attachment from the trade, because the less position sizing you have, the less quantities you trade, the less those fluctuations in your MTM will affect you. Your losses will be small, and your profits will also not be, your profits will also be small. And you will not be emotionally attached to your trades. But if you're trading with a big position sizing, then the losses will affect you. You may overtrade, you may try to recover the losses. And if even if you end up in profits, then you will be excited, you will be joyful, you will be greedy, you will try to take more. You may not follow your rules. So it's very important that you trade with proper position sizing, and especially for these kind of days. What happens is that if you have a big position sizing, then you may end up losing a major chunk of the capital. Suppose I was not able to exit this trade, and like, I had this issue from the broker for about 2 hours, and if unexpectedly during this time the Nifty had fallen by to 200 300 points, then I would be, if my quantities are low 250, then my losses would be smaller than if my quantities would have been 500. So guys, this is very important. We must be prepared for all kind of scenarios. So, and that's why trading with a low position sizing is very important. In that way, we may get saved from unexpected events, like something like today. So okay guys, so and in this kind of days, I don't want to trade any further, because there is an issue with my broker, and there can be more issues in the day. So that's why I am closing off my day, and I consider myself very lucky that I got away with this. So okay guys, so hope you guys have a good day. Thanks. Cheers.